And welcome in to Straight Talk with T and J. I am Jeff.
And I am Tracy.
How you
Hi.
doing? How
Hi,
you doing?
Jeff.
First of all, let me go ahead and explain to everybody what's going on because I know y'all like, why is Rich ain't up there? Well, I've actually rigged something up because my computer guy came and told me today that if he took my computer, he would have to wipe it clean to make it go faster. So I said, well, I got 3 programs on there that I don't have the keywords or the keys to them and the application. So leave it like it is, and I'll just buy a new computer, and we'll do straight talk on the new computer. So in a couple of weeks, we'll be getting a new computer. In the meantime, between time, I'm trying to get rid of the delay. So Tracy, say something.
Hi.
Hey, that delay is good now. It's gone.
It's gone. Poof.
So look, we're gonna have some fun today. How you doing?
I am well. I am well. And guess what? I am not sick. Praise God for that.
I know, because last Thursday you was a little under the weather,
Yes.
but it's all good today. It's
Actually,
all
the
good.
last couple of weeks I've been sick, but I am so thankful I am not sick and I am here. Yes.
Well, you know, they always say I'm sick in the head.
I didn't want to say that part, but
But it is what it is.
no, you are fantabulous. You are
Anyway,
fantabulous.
oh, stop, girl. You gonna have me blushing. So anyway, today, boy, a lot of stuff has happened.
Oh my
in the
goodness.
last week. You know,
Oh my gosh.
from last Tuesday when we were talking about different things. You know, since then in Memphis, you know, they've been robbing the FedEx truck at the red light. It's crazy.
Ooh. Jeff, okay, tell me about that right quick. Tell me what happened.
Man. Okay, so like some of the same crews that went up in the convenience store, they actually robbed the FedEx truck at the light. Now, police have called 3 of them. But,
See,
you know, with that street code, I don't know if they going to roll over.
you know what? It's always at least one person is gonna roll over.
You think so?
Oh yeah. You know, and I'm not gonna tell some things that I'm gonna put it like this. One person never tells, one person always tells, and one person always stays neutral.
We'll see. Because
Jeff,
I've never seen nothing like that before in my life.
Jeff,
What?
trust me. You didn't believe me when I told you the last thing I told you about the thing that we talked about on air.
Yeah, you're right.
And I was right. So
You're right.
trust me when I tell you this. One person never tells.
Okay.
One person always tells. One
Okay.
person always remain neutral. Now, I'm gonna
It
tell
was
you
a
this
gang of
way.
them, though. It was like 15 or 16, may have been 20.
Now, I'm not talking about when there are large groups of individuals. That's when there are only small groups. Now, when it's a lot of them, what they try to do is break them down.
Well,
And it all depends on the ages of these guys as well.
right.
Now, depending on the ages of those guys is what. Let me not talk about that part. I'm not going to get into that part of it because
I know, right?
I'm going to stay out of that.
Well, anyway, a lot of stuff has been going on, so we're gonna try to cover this and open up the panel for you all to come and speak. Is state your opinion or speak on matters of the heart.
Okay, before we do that, guess what? They just opened up a new mall here in Nashville.
Really?
They just opened up a new Tanger.
Was it like a Tanger outlet?
Yes. And guess what?
What?
It was just robbed.
Huh? Wait a minute.
3 weeks ago, it was open. And the same weekend it was open, we had some knuckleheads to rob it from the Michael Kors store.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Tracy, this not happening in Nashville.
No, not
that
Nashville.
That sounds like some Memphis stuff.
Yeah.
So where did it happen there?
It's just like a suburb of Nashville. It's in Antioch. Antioch is just like South Haven.
Yeah, I know where Antioch is. So it happened there.
Yes.
Wow. Have they arrested anybody yet?
No. But I say that to say because this morning on the radio they were talking about this same topic, and that's why I brought this up.
Wow.
But I say that to say that crime is everywhere. It's not relegated to a certain area because when it was when Tanger was opened up in the better area, like supposedly people assume because when it's in another area, just like in the burbs, like in the Collierville type of area,
right? Collierville.
Yes, Collierville type of area. Supposedly, those things don't occur. However, we all know crime is everywhere.
Of course, but I think it's more of it in Shelby County than anywhere else in the country. That's why Memphis is number one for crime in America.
Memphis is not number one.
Yes, it is. It beat out Chicago and LA and New Orleans. I just saw it last week in the article. Memphis is number one for crime. The lawlessness here is so bad. I think they're gonna consider martial law and bring it in National Guard. It's really bad.
Oh gosh, I remember there was a time when Memphis was in the top 10. Don't say it's number one.
Yep, it's number one, and it was one article I was reading today. Where a couple went to the movies, and when they came out, they window was smashed, and they became victims. I was like, "Dang, can't go to the movies now."
Yeah, no.
It's terrible.
So, would you go to the movies nowadays?
Well, out here where I live near Bartlett is nice, so I go to the movie. Matter of fact, there's a horror movie coming out on Thanksgiving, so I'll probably go, Black Friday to watch that, and that's about it. But receiving Thanksgiving plates from everywhere. I just want to put that out there.
Did you just say that you're receiving Thanksgiving plates?
Yep. Like go break Sunday, I'll eat chitlins. I don't eat hard balls. I don't eat half of the stuff y'all eat for Thanksgiving. I tell you what, to make it real easy on everybody, just bring me 2 plates. One a vegetable plate and one a dessert plate. We good.
Did you say what you just said?
Of course. Happens every year. What are you talking about? Look, I can't be going to Burger King. Speaking of.
Oh. That was a good segue.
I know, right?
Perfect segue.
Speaking of. Well, Burger King is planning on closing 300 to 400 Burger Kings by the end of this year. Now, we already know it's like this year's almost over because we just got December to go. We're in November. So they plan on closing 300 to 400 locations. And I have a list of some of the locations. And sad to say, but my hometown in Jacksonville, and I used to frequent both of these locations on 210 East State Road in Jacksonville, State Street. And also 1981 Kings Road. That was my Burger King right there. They're also closing So 3 in Nebraska and also 1 in New York.
Wow.
So that's what they're doing now. But by the end of the year, it'll be close to 400 closed.
So there are less than 60 days left in this year.
Yep.
And they're going to close 400 stores.
Well,
this is crazy.
It's either that or going wholesome or just to serve lab meat.
Can you imagine how many families that's going to impact?
Of course.
But from a financial position, I mean, their bottom line has to be impacted.
Of course.
And then also, most of us grew up loving the Burger King hats. Remember the Burger King hats?
Yep.
I mean, we used to either love McDonald's or the Burger King, and those were the golden hats. Remember that?
Yep.
As a child, we all loved those golden hats that we put on our little heads, and we'd all sport those little golden hats.
Yeah.
I mean, those were so memorable, you know.
Well, you know, as life goes on and as things change, things change. And
things change. Yeah.
I wouldn't, fast food is it's convenient, but it's not the same fast food that we used to have back in the day.
No.
So I even saw a TikTok where a girl was saying that we're eating human meat. And then she said, no, don't argue with me. Hear me out. And she was like, where do you think every restaurant, fancy restaurants, fast food restaurants, they don't have enough cows. They don't have enough chickens. Where they get all this meat from? And I said, you got a point. But that's Negro head over there. I just, I'm not a fan of McDonald's, but I am a fan of Wendy's, especially their pumpkin spice frosty. I love it, but it's seasonal, so I guess we can't have it our way at BK no more. At BK, have it your way, you rule. Nope, not no more.
So many things have changed. I mean, with us getting older, so what traditions do you think will still be here when the children who are coming up will get a chance to appreciate?
They'll still do New Year's Eve. They'll still do Valentine's Day. They'll still do St. Patrick's Day. It might get a little more popular. I know they're going to do April Fool's Day, but it might be a little more popular with June. That's Black Music Month. And then I think Juneteenth will probably get bigger.
Yeah, all those going to be just tweaked some. It's going to be...
And there's nothing wrong if you're a person of color and you celebrate Juneteenth and the 4th of July. There's nothing wrong with that. It's all about the nation,
Mm-hmm.
So after July, I think what you have in August, Labor Day or something? Oh, yeah, Labor Day.
Labor Day.
So I don't know. I think those traditions will be around, except for what's really in the shopping block. And I've been seeing a lot of TikToks about this. Columbus Day and Thanksgiving. They looking at Columbus Day and saying, how can you discover something that was already here?
I don't think people are going to celebrate Columbus Day the way they used to.
No. I think they're going to celebrate Thanksgiving like Indigenous People Day.
Right.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
We will see. But also in the news now, let me go ahead and say this before y'all get upset when y'all get on the panel. I got thrown off the daycare bus. I'm just going to tell you right now. I got thrown off the daycare bus. My mother did not know where I learned those words from or how I got those words, but I got thrown off for cursing. And I'm here to tell you, I'm one of those grown folks now. I don't pass judgment on a parent and look bad upon them and say, oh, that kid shouldn't be cursing, blah, blah, blah. So when they get older, you never know. They may get a job paid to talk like I do now. I'm just saying, if it's just like, okay, Halloween, we just had Halloween, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if trick-or-treating was good for you as a kid, why is it not good for kids now?
Mm-hmm.
They're not playing with Ouija boards or anything like that. They want the candy. So let them have it. Stop being a fuddy-duddy or ooga-booga. Just because you done came with some consciousness, now all of a sudden you are ruining it for them? Come on, man. So anyway, I'm letting you know up front, full disclosure, I was thrown off the daycare bus for cursing. Now, Tracy wanted to do this next story about this 9-year-old boy versus Candace Owens and doing a lot of cursing. So, go ahead and talk about it, Tracy.
Well, apparently, Candace Owens found a video of a 9-year-old child who apparently did a rap. Well, he's a rapper, and she's not sure if he's 9. He's somewhere between 9 and 13, 9. And apparently he has a very loose tongue, if you will.
What do you mean?
For lack of better words. And I say loose tongue because he is using some very choice words. And as a mom, you know, I too have a problem with profanity. And I'm being just very blunt about that. I do. Full disclosure, I don't like a lot of profanity. That's just how I am.
Okay.
You know, I don't even like for my children to curse around, and they know how I am. That's you.
I think once you become old enough and you know the difference between right and wrong, then yeah, sure. Little babies that twerk and curse and all that.
When you are younger, when you are really young, and this child is not even a teenager. This child is he's not even quite a preteen. I mean, when you're 9, you haven't even have the word teen attached with your with your age yet. I mean, 9, you haven't even become
fully developed.
I mean, you know, and I listened to the video a couple of times of what he was saying, and then I listened to what she had to say about it.
Okay.
And so, and her concern was that not just the fact that what he was saying, but it was the words that he was saying. And so what he was saying was he was articulating words that was suggesting for someone to do fellatio.
Oh.
And to shoot a gun.
He was talking about unaliving somebody?
Huh?
He was talking about unaliving somebody?
Yes.
Oh, no, that's out of hand.
Yes. Yes. So it was not just loose words.
Yeah, that's out of hand.
Yes. And for him to shoot individuals. So he went from talking about fellatio to talking about shooting individuals. And then he was just spewing all these words as if these things are proper. So it's a different thing if you're just rapping. So rapping is one thing.
Right.
But he was just going above and beyond. I'm like,
but check this out. You say he's 9 years old, right?
Yes.
And you wonder why prisons make prisons or use a study or how many prisons should be erected from fourth and third graders.
Right. Yes.
They use
And
that.
so,
They use that as a barometer right there.
right. Right. And so I listened to it the first time. First time I said, so maybe I was reading something wrong. I said, so let me listen to it a second time. I said, because maybe I misheard something. So I said, okay, Tracy, maybe it's you, Tracy. I said, maybe you didn't hear it properly. I said, listen to it a second time because maybe it's Candace. I said, so listen to it a second time. And I said, he said it. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I said,
right.
he really said these things. I said, wow. Because, she broke it down for us. I said, so maybe this child he really said this. I said, whoa. And then
Yep.
Candace said, the unfortunate part is that as a mom, I think I would be out of order to say, Becky, I'm pretending like Becky's my child's name. Becky's not my child's name. So if I'm out here promoting Becky, who's my fake child, that's not really my child's name. So if I say, Becky, it's okay if you go out here and tell the world that you want to go and slap some other children and for you to continue to curse and to do these things. Because I'm telling Becky, it's okay. That's proper. Because in Becky's mind, she is right by doing that. And in Becky's mind, that means she's going to continue to believe that that's permissible, that's acceptable.
Mm.
And then that means that Becky's going to believe that that's the way she should behave, speak, atone herself in
Right.
all situations. So that not only will she do it in her interactions with her friends, but also at school.
Mm.
So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how she's going to act. So that's the reason why children also come back to school to behave as such. Because, prime example, I had a child today who admitted, Miss my name. That's the reason why I curse, because my mother curses.
Okay.
And my students are not 9. My students are a little older. So for sure, if a teenager says that's the reason why they curse, for sure that's the reason why this 9-year-old is cursing. Ding dong, ding dong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
well, it's all different, from like back in the day. Even though, I may have had a little smart, filthy mouth, I was smart. I got all my work. These jokers down, they just curse and they ain't doing nothing.
So you said you were smart. All right. So I'm glad you said that. So guess what?
What?
So that little child was picking up some information of insights that they had received. It was just like some of their little I guess they had just gotten some feedback they had gotten from the show. So he was supposed to be reading some of their fan mail. So guess what?
He couldn't read.
Wasn't able, so he picked it up and he was supposed to be reading their fan mail. Guess what?
He couldn't read.
He couldn't even read the fan mail. He says, "What does this say?"
I knew it. But he cursed you out like a sailor.
He could curse you out like a sailor, but he couldn't even read a piece of paper.
Wow.
You just said that you were smart at that age.
Well, I normally don't agree with anything about Candace Owens, but I never got to agree with her on this one. It's definitely the parents' fault.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, his mom was laughing in the background because you could hear her plainly laughing. She thought it was the funniest thing in the world when that child said he couldn't read. You could hear her just busting her gut. She was just.
She probably young and dumb too. Sorry, I had to say it.
Sorry, because you could hear her. So, yeah, I tend to agree with you on that one.
Right. Well, also in the news, since we've been gone, this is terrible. In New York City, where the mayor's being investigated by the FBI.
Yes.
Well, There's a guy that killed 3 people because they were late on their rent. He was the landlord. And
Did you say killed?
According to his story, he actually, when the police got there, he said, I did something bad. And they, of course, didn't want to release his name at first. And you won't believe this. I mean, these guys are in their 50s cutting up. I'm like, you're supposed to be trying to, save your cheese, go on vacation somewhere, do something. But this guy, who seemed like, one neighbor said he seemed like a calm person, just a regular, cat. Well, he was taken into custody, and he was being held there while they further investigated. And those charges were pending at first. Well, they had a press conference, and the press conference basically revealed his name and the motive. Even though they said they thought the motive was unclear, but there was one neighbor who also said that they, had problems with paying their rent before, and now they gone. This guy just, according to the Post, they had no idea why the landlord would do such a crime. He did it, and I guess he's not ashamed. He said, I did it. Here's what I don't get though. If someone does a crime, right? The police arrest them, they confess to the crime. Then when they get to court, they plead not guilty. What's that all about? You did it. Save the taxpayer dime, man.
Because in his mind, that the crime he would get, not only will the sentence will be lessened, but whatever the judge will evoke on you when it comes to the process, it will take them a lot longer to go through it. If I say not guilty and then turn around and find you guilty sometime down the road. So that's their rationale by doing that.
Well, he stabbed the victim, and they were waiting to see at the time that I was reading the story. They didn't know if the other victims were stabbed. But that's crazy. Over unpaid rent?
Yes.
Come on, man.
Yeah. And then, I was reading your same story, and it says all 3 were pronounced dead on scene.
Yeah.
That's he has a whole lot of, hate to use this word, he has a whole lot of balls.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
it's just that's a bit much.
Yeah, a whole
he's
lot.
He's definitely not gonna get the rent now.
He won't. He'll be in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably waiting on the needle, or do they still have that trip? They don't think so. They'll be waiting on the needle. Or if he pleads guilty, with no chance of parole, he'll probably get locked up for life. I don't know. I keep my eye on it though. Speaking of locked up, your boy is suing everybody. He's suing everybody for the leaked phone calls. R. Kelly. He's suing the city of Chicago and blogger Tasha K, who's right here on YouTube. Now, Cardi B sued Tasha K and won.
Yeah, she did.
She's like, I ain't got it. But she just don't stop. So now R. Kelly, even though he's behind bars, and what baffles you, Tracy, is the fact that he can sue.
But like I mentioned to you earlier, there's so many interesting things about this story. Because before we even talk about the story, is the fact that when he gets out, He can't even vote.
But he got 30 years. He ain't getting out.
Right. So and even if he get out, it's gonna be a process for him to vote. But he's in there he's able to, but okay, so he's able to sue, he's able to do Facebook, he's able to have rights, he's able to do a lot while he's in jail. He's able to literally have an entire life while he's in jail.
Well, that's why I was asking you a couple of shows back. How in the world does Suge Knight have a podcast?
Yes.
I don't understand.
They have more, they almost have even more rights or just as many rights. It's because of, it says the 14th Amendment is equal to protection under the law as the 5th and 6th Amendment deals with due process. So it's because the amendments have been set up such that they ensure that people don't lose their rights just because of where they're positioned.
Okay,
locale wise.
So R. Kelly is suing the city of Chicago and Tasha K for the leaked phone calls that should have been private.
Right.
I was watching Tasha K when she went all in the detail, and she had a little mole that worked for her and blah blah blah, but get these phone calls, and I was like, whoa. It's just like being out in the hospital with HIPAA laws. Nobody's supposed to know your business. But I wonder if they'll put their money, if he wins, on his books.
So I listened to 2 different radio stations today, including DL Hughley, and everyone is saying, well, 2 of them said one thing, one of them said the other. You know, supposedly one said that the money may go to some of his victims. One said that the money may be able to go into a fund for him. And the other said that the money, that they're not even sure where the money will end up. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So everyone is, you know, it's like up in the air where the money will even end up. You know what I'm saying?
I think they should really just give it to him. He was the one violated.
That's what I'm saying. So it's still up in the air where the money will end up. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because there's still a possibility he could potentially win. And then does she even have the money to even pay?
That's like Trump could be president. He could win presidency behind bars.
Right. And that's interesting too. Correct. Even though we're not talking about Trump yet. And that's interesting too, because Trump has been losing left and right, because his people are they are cutting him down from the giddy up, from the kneecaps down.
Yeah, coming off the ballots in a couple of states, but we'll see.
I mean, they are chopping him. I know I'm not supposed to talk about Trump. Okay, I need to be careful.
Let's move on. Look, how about the fact that we talked earlier about how Memphis and the crime is, and it's number 1 in the country. Now there is no megabus service.
Okay, hold on. Okay, before we talk about the megabus, I want to go back to R. Kelly. I want to finish R. Kelly. Okay. So let's finish with R. Kelly, because this thing with R. Kelly, let's just make it real clear about R. Kelly. R. Kelly has, even if R. Kelly wins, let's just say he does, he's going to turn around and be sued again by his victims once they figure out that he has a little piece of money somewhere, because they're going to be like, oops, you have a little piece of money. Let me turn around and try to get that. You know what I'm saying? Because as a victim, they're going to be like, oh, that sounds like a song.
Oh, there you go.
You know what I'm saying? And so,
I know.
Because before, he was already whining that he didn't have anything. So now they're going to be like, oh, so now you've gotten some money from someone.
Well, if he sues and he wins, then I mean, I just don't know. They may seize that money, but
Right.
if it happens, we'll see. We'll know.
So do you think there's a possibility he could win?
Oh yeah, strong possibility because there's no way, that the leaked phone calls from Princeton should have gotten out.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's the no brainer.
That's a no-brainer. And I really think I think that there's a huge possibility he could win that one,
Yeah, because
especially with everybody he's suing, because he's not suing just one entity, he's suing multiple entities. And
right,
that's the thing about this.
right. I keep an eye on it for you though.
Yeah, I'm
That's for
curious.
sure.
We need to follow this one.
Yeah, I will. And let's go ahead and talk about this megabus service no longer in Memphis.
Yes.
And they cannot say it is due to uh, them not making money. Every time the megabus come to Memphis, it's packed.
It's
But
always been packed.
they are citing safety concerns. So Memphis is not the place. I'm like, wow.
What do you mean by safety? I mean, what do you mean? What do you mean? They don't have enough tires? What do you mean safety?
No, safety for the passengers. They don't want nobody to get robbed while waiting on the
God.
bus and stuff like that.
Well, it's unsafe for me to drive down the street.
Well, I just told you earlier, you go to the movies, and when you come out, they've already smashed your windows or even stolen your car. So,
Okay. So, Jeff, do you think it's safer for us to drive down the street with a gun on the seat?
I don't know.
It's just a question.
I mean, I know a lot of people, they pack, heat, and you'll never know they have it because, they don't put it out unless, they have to. But right now, I don't think it's safe in Memphis to even go to a restaurant. They'll rob you while eating. So until they call martial law and bring in the National Guard, put the curfew in effect, until we get things, together with this new mayor, Memphis needs to climb off of the number one spot of being the worst crime city in America. And we just got that crown. So, I don't know. It's man.
And I hate
I'm having an emotional moment. I'm stuck in Memphis. If I go back home, they close the Burger King on Kings Road and another. I'm like, this is just bad news for me all around.
and I hate the fact that we're talking about the city like that.
Well,
You know what
it
I'm
is
saying?
what it
It's
is.
like, so what city do you choose? You know what I'm saying?
I know.
I mean, there has to be an alternative.
Well, moves to the country, and I hate country life. I could do that. I can't be less than 10 minutes away from a store. I'm talking about a big store where I can go buy me some Patti LaBelle pies and Cardi B. They done teamed up.
Okay, so Cardi B and Patti LaBelle have teamed up. What is it that Patti B and Cardi LaBelle, what are they doing together?
Well, they're selling these desserts. They're seasonal, of course. And I think because Cardi B is a big fan of Patti LaBelle, she had those patty pies and.
Hold on. Patti.
Oh, Lord. We just gonna see. I think.
Hold on. I'm still dancing. Hold on. Shh. Hold on.
Okay.
Patti. Yeah. Patti. Yeah. Okay, I'm through. I'm sorry about that. Sorry.
Are you done?
Okay, I'm through.
Are you finished? You sure?
Hold on. One more time.
Okay.
Patti.
Get it all out.
Hold on. Okay. I'm through. Sorry about that.
So I remember when the Patti LaBelle pies flew off the Walmart shelf, and now that Cardi B and Patty have some desserts they're putting out for the season, just in time for Thanksgiving and Christmas, they'll probably be sold out.
Yeah.
But look for them while you're in the store. in the meantime, that's all we got for you. If you want to come up and talk on the panel, we have a few minutes left. You can do so. Please talk to us, whatever's on your mind, or you can talk about what we talked about. Just don't use any profanity. And we are live on YouTube. So it's all good. Man, it's a lot of stuff going on. Oh, by the way, the House just passed a bill to keep the government open, semi-open.
They passed a short term.
Yes.
Short term.
Now, the thing that, this is a trip, the thing that they got mad at, and Mike McCarthy lost the House seat, Speaker of the House.
Mm-hmm.
This new guy is doing the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if they're going to get rid of him too.
They will. They will.
Nah. I don't know if there'll be any fallout.
I mean, we said that at the onset. We said that up front.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. All right. Just click the link in the comments. Yeah. If you want to be on the show, just click the link in the comments. Last week, Godiva was on the show.
Yes, she was.
We definitely, hey, where's your friend Symphony
at? She actually had, I thought she had gone out of town, but she is back. Let me see. Let's see.
Well, we would love for, if you're listening, Godiva. Hey, Halloween. Whoa, did you do any trick or treat? Did you dress? I mean, you really have to dress up because But did you have a costume?
I did not. My grandbaby did. She dressed up. She was Tinkerbell. Oh, yay! Snooki was Tinkerbell. This was her first Halloween that she actually dressed up, because when you're one, you don't dress up. But this is her first.
So,
Halloween.
Did she collect a lot of candy?
She did. She collected a lot of candy, and her mom prepared her.
All of it, right? You inspected all the candy.
Her mom inspected every piece, and she had been practicing for like a whole week, so she learned what to do. She said, "Trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat," and she had this big round pumpkin little basket. Well, it's around, and she said, "Trick or treat," and it lit up, and she learned how to say it, and her mom was helping her practice knocking on the door. So she's walking around knocking on the wall, so she would learn how to knock on the door. So her mom helping her.
Well, I'm a little upset. I didn't get any candy.
First of all,
what? I went there as a black man.
You weren't going to accept any child knocking on your door. So what do you mean you getting candy?
You're right about that. You're right about that. But, in California, they were passing out fentanyl laced candy. Can you believe that?
They was passing out what?
Fentanyl laced candy.
Oh, my God.
Right. That's why it's always good to inspect that stuff. They make gummy bears now with marijuana, THC gummy bears and stuff like that. So you got to be real careful.
They are killing me with this fentanyl. They're going a bit much.
Well, they say the fentanyl is imported from China. And it comes through our southern border.
They are really getting to be a bit much.
Well, it is what it is. But now I'm going to have to go buy my own candy and hopefully I can get enough to last me through Valentine's Day.
Jeff.
What? I mean, it's on sale. Come on now. You don't reach the pieces and the Reese's peanut butter cups calling my name. Stop playing.
They're calling your name. They're calling your name, telling you to sit still and stop showing out.
I'm just saying. There's nothing wrong with getting the candy. I'm not holding the, for Halloween, I didn't do a seance or a Ouija board or none of that. I just want some candy. Y'all ain't come through for some candy. That's unbelievable.
You know what? I need you to stop.
But I tell you what, Thanksgiving, I better get about 4 or 5 plates. Now, you know, my mama told me don't eat everybody cooking. So therefore, I limited the plates to only being a veggie plate and the dessert plate. Don't give me no hog balls, chitlins, don't no ham, no none of that. No meat. Just give me vegetables and dessert. We're gonna be good.
And see, I don't eat. I'm so picky. I'm picky also. And
You're
I
probably
don't
not you're probably not as picky as I am.
see. I don't do beef and I don't do pork. And see, even with my vegetables, I'm also picky.
You still not as picky as me.
Really?
Okay, do you eat hot sauce?
No.
Okay, I don't eat that. Do you eat fried chicken?
Yeah.
I don't eat that. Do you eat catfish?
Yeah, but
I don't eat that. Do you eat tilapia?
that's fish.
Never mind. I don't eat that either. So you just, I mean,
So, do you eat any seafood?
yes, I eat shrimp.
Do you
I
eat
love
you
salmon.
eat my?
Cod. I just had some Alaskan, what you call Alaskan pull-up the other day. So it's like, yeah, I don't eat catfish, not together. Cat and fish, no, I don't eat that. So no. And tilapia, do you know what they do in like
What?
Korea and
Hold on. Back up. What did
oh
you just?
they went right over your head.
No, it didn't. I think you're nasty. I think you're nasty, and you don't need to repeat that. You're nasty.
So anyway, the tilapia, like when the sewer is dumped out, they use tilapia to eat all of the waste. Because I often thought about it, I was like, why come we'll never catch tilapia in America? Where does tilapia come from? And that's what it is. They package it up, make it look nice, frozen tilapia, like you're doing the big. And you ain't eating nothing but what they was eating. Boo boo. So
We're
I'll
gonna, we're gonna,
pass. I'll pass.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just pray for you. That's what I'm gonna do.
Well, they say prayer without work is dead, so you gotta do some work.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just pray for you.
Anyway. We have a few more minutes. If you want to click the link, you can come on up. We're on YouTube, of course. Straight Talk with T and J. And man,
I didn't think you were that crazy, but I forgot you really are.
I am. Well, come on, you already know.
Yeah, that is true. I don't know. I try to give you a little credit every chance I get, but every time I try, but you just go right back to it. So
You already know. I get it from my mama. Sense of humor, that is.
what?
What?
Nothing.
Man, I'm here to tell you though, there are a couple of restaurants in Memphis that eating just a vegetable plate from there's a place called Patrick's. What used to be the old Buns restaurant over there above what is that, Southern or Park Avenue?
Yeah,
Man, their
I hadn't been
vegetables are
there
so good.
forever.
Man, their vegetables so good.
Man, I hadn't been there in forever.
I'm telling you, that's the link right there. But I got a bit of sad news for where I live out here. They closed down Old Charlie's. So
Oh,
now if I
really?
want Old Charlie's, I got to go to
Oh,
all the way
Charlie's
to,
is Oh, Charlie's is close.
yeah, I got to go all the way to Olive Branch in South Haven.
I didn't know Oh Charlie's was closed.
Yeah, it's closed in Bartlett. So
Wow.
that was one of my favorite spots. but it is what it
sometimes
is.
sometimes all the good ones leave, and you don't have anything else that you can go to other than something that's like 45 minutes away.
But something I can't get out of my mind, Tracy, and I know I'm jumping all over the place, but I just can't get out of my mind
I'm scared to hear
how in
this.
the world,
Mm-mm.
how in
Be
the
careful.
world do
Be careful.
people steal from a FedEx truck that stopped at a red light? That just blows me away.
I want to know why are people stealing it. I don't know. I want to know why on earth are people putting the most expensive items at the front of the mall entrance.
I know what it was. I know what it is. What the problem is. Do
What?
you remember this summer? We didn't have anything for the teenagers and young adults to do. So when they all got together at school, when school started back, they all came up with these ideas. Hey, let's do this, let's do that. We're not gonna get in trouble. I mean, the DAs is gonna slap them on the wrist, and they'll go back home to their parents. So that's probably because they didn't have anything to do this summer. That's probably what's happening. They're getting together and they're organizing mischief. Because if you saw the video footage of them robbing the store, it was like 30 of them. So that you know it was organized, it was a plan they tipped. And they were just walking out the store, and the owner, the store owner, was just like an usher, just ushering them on out. I was like, well, he can't do that, but you might as well just usher them on out.
Wait. Well, stores really account for so much percentage wise for theft. But the unfortunate thing is that what, and more often than not, they're not going to really put up a kind of fight such that they're going to risk losing their lives. But on the flip side of that, they don't go into opening up businesses with the intentions of trying to lose their lives.
No.
You know, but the sad thing is that why on earth would someone with half of a brain, and I hate to say this, someone with half a brain want to wake up one morning and say, let me go and rob Billy's clothing mart instead of let me wake up this morning and go to work
and get a job. You don't
get a job. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what? What's baffling to me is they know not to commit these crimes in Bartlett, Collierville, Germantown. They only do it in the city of Memphis. They know not to go across the bridge to Arkansas.
Yeah.
They know not to go across state line in Mississippi. Because I'm gonna tell you, they ain't gonna deal with you.
And then you're gonna have mamas and daddies and aunts and all these people in the courtroom falling in the floor, being all upset.
No, what killed me though is when they interview one of the family members, and the family member would like, well, that's a fine young man. He just made a bad decision.
Right. Exactly.
Like, no, he's a thug. What are you talking about? He belongs to the gang.
Yes. That's exactly what they're gonna do. If he goes to jail, if he goes to court, that's exactly what they're gonna be saying. He made a mistake. He didn't mean it. He got with the wrong crowd. Forgive him. He just got wrapped up.
Look, I have a soft spot for first time offenders. Everybody deserves a second chance.
Right.
But when you're on your 7th, 8th, and 9th chance,
right,
something else got to be done. Because evidently you think I'm a fool.
Yeah.
Something got to be done.
Yes.
We'll see. All right, we got about 5 minutes left. So if anybody want to come up, again, I think that the Memphis mayor the new mayor of Memphis. His name is Paul Young. Well, actually, he's the mayor elect. He won't become mayor until they swear him in. And I don't think they did that. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think
'Cause
so.
I don't watch TV, so I wouldn't know. If it ain't online, I'm not getting it. But I think that they should implement martial law and bring in the National Guard, because we're operating at about 1,700 police officers, and it should be 2,900 police officers. They actually had the sheriff department to come over and help out, writing traffic tickets and stuff. But the crime seems like it hasn't changed. It's gotten worse. I would hate to invite you. Let's say you're in town and we go to lunch, and we come out and they've either stolen our car or broke into it. We become victims or even worse, while we in there eating, 3-4 guys bust up in there and rob everybody. Where's the police?
This really makes me want to move again. It really does.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Kojic was just here. I don't know if they had any problems. They either kept it under wraps, so I hadn't seen anything online saying they had problems. I did see that the police were ganged up, protecting them a lot. So,
they protect Kojic every year.
Well, it came back. They left and went to St. Louis, and now they're back. So we'll see.
They're gonna protect Kojic every year.
All I'm saying is, I knew a lady that she was a waitress, and she was not too thrilled about Kojic coming to town. She would always say they don't tip well. I'm like, oh boy. But I remember
But you know what? That's subjective.
No, it ain't.
That is subjective.
No, it ain't.
But you know what? That is subjective, because considering the amount of money that they bring into the city, that's subjective.
They put it in your pocket. They paying for the hotel room. They paying for a rental car. They doing all this stuff. Why they can't tip? If the lady gave you good service, I mean, what's the deal?
You know what?
It's cheap.
Now, mind you, when I was actively around individuals and watching individuals, and I have to speak very broad right now for a number of reasons.
Yes.
I watched that to be, I know for sure, based on information, that to be very different than what she's saying. I can't speak to her in particular because I don't know her, but I know that to be different based on information that I know to be true. Now, mind you, I know situations can be specifically true to that person, so I'm sure her case is different. So some people, I'm sure, may have felt different.
Well, so when I hear these stories, though, it's like
it's always a case by case.
It's not hard for me to believe, and I'm gonna tell you why. God bless the dead. When Greg Peters and I were doing the show on WDA, and Kojic was coming to town,
yeah,
people would call us and say, the Kojic pastors, they're down here at Hooters. I'm saying, what? They're at Hooters. And it was true. So I'm like, nothing surprises me now.
Of course.
If they don't tip, I believe it.
They're people. You know what I'm saying? They're people.
But pastors,
nobody walks around with.
Come on, Tracy.
Nobody walks around with 10 grand on them.
I guess what they're gonna say, like the wings, huh? They going for the salad.
You know what?
Give me a break.
You need to quit.
I'm just saying, a pastor has no place in a place like Hooters. And left long as like 5 or 6 of them, they was a little group. No place at all.
I am not getting into that conversation with you right now.
I'm just saying, what are they researching for their next sermon? What is it going to be?
Guess
called?
What? We have 17 seconds left, and I'm not going to have this conversation with you.
Well, since we only have that time left, let me say thank you all for listening to TNJ. And
I'm T. And he's Jay, and
And
I'm
I'm
not going to
Jay.
talk to him about that. It has been a fantastic time, and I'm going to diplomatically stay out of that conversation. Yes, I will.
And hopefully and prayerfully, we will see you all on Thursday.
Yes, we will. Thank
Tracy,
you all once again.
say goodbye.
Bye. See you soon. Bye.
We are out this joint.